What's good, internet? Jake here, dumb as ever, and this blue cop is Chinese. Well, more technically speaking, he's a Chinese version of a Korean toy. This is the American release of Blue Cop, called Blue Star here in the States, but we'll call him Blue Cop for the video because I know people don't like that name. But something very interesting is that the Chinese version of these toys are actually made by a company called JumpGo. They are official Metal Cardbot toys. The main difference is that in China, they are manufactured and distributed by JumpGo, which is another company. It's kinda like if Agabus in the States also made the toys in addition to selling the toys. And to be clear, this version of Blue Cop is the Korean version. There's no differences from the Korean version to my knowledge. But if we look at the two, we can see that the Chinese version actually has a couple of additional paint apps. And if you look at the back here, you can see the vehicle mode eyes are much darker on the Korean version, while the Chinese version has much lighter, show-accurate-ish eyes. Neither of these eyes are show-accurate at all, but the color is a lot closer on the Chinese version. Now, there's another big difference between these two. The Korean version's metal card weapon is the Justice Gauntlet, which is the main weapon he uses in the show. But this Chinese version is actually a special edition of Blue Cop that comes with a different metal card. This is from Metal Cardbot Energy Beasts, which is an exclusive Chinese line. The cool thing about JumpGo manufacturing these toys in-house is that they can make their own designs. So while they did release a toy just like this, they also had a second series called Metal Cardbot Energy Beasts, which had its own live action TV show. I haven't seen it. I probably won't watch it unless someone dubs it and puts it on YouTube somehow. But China is really doing their own thing with the Metal Cardbot, and it's really cool. Now these Energy Beasts are pretty neat. They're kind of like Soundwave's cassette bots, just, metal cards. For Blue Cop, he has a wolf or dog metal card here, which is kind of funny because this came out way before Metal Cardbot Wild, where of course he has a wolf theme. So as you can see here, he has a little wolf metal card animal. It's called an Energy Beast, and it's really cool. There is an Energy Beast for every character from Season 1. So we have Shadow X here, who has a bat metal card. Here we go, get the little feet out, and I think that's right. So Shadow X has a little rat bat-esque buddy here, which is so cute. I don't have any of the other Chinese versions of the Season 1 Metal Cardbots. I only have Blue Cop, because for the Energy Beasts, you could actually get them separately. Now, I haven't talked about the Energy Beast line because I don't have the full Season 1 cast of Metal Cardbot, and I don't want to talk about the Energy Beasts without their respective owners. But another exclusive Chinese JumpGo series has been released. This time, instead of regular animals, it's all about bugs. This is a new line called Metal Cardbot Zerg Crisis. Zerg, I'm assuming, is a reference to the StarCraft bug aliens. It's spelled with an E rather than a U though, I assume to avoid copyright. But there is a big difference between the Energy Beast line and the Zerg Crisis line. And the difference is that all of these figures are actually retooled. But I only bring that up because unlike the Energy Beasts, you actually have to buy the Metal Cardbot figures to go along with the new metal cards. At least, to my knowledge, there's no way to buy the metal cards separately. Now, there's gonna be 6 Zerg Crisis figures in total. I have these 3, and I think they might be being released in 2 separate waves. I'm not 100% sure. You might be able to get the other 3 figures right now, but all of their prices were higher than these figures, so I kind of felt like those were pre-orders or something. I'm not 100% sure. If anyone knows in the comments, please let me know. But the first 3 figures I have here today are Shadow X, Blue Cop, and Dexter. Now, getting Dexter is actually interesting for me because we just learned at BotCon that Dexter, Ultimate Blue Cop, and Wild Guardy are not going to be released right away in the American line, which kind of sucks, but their reasoning is that they're trying to get the Season 2 and 3 toys out as fast as possible, assumedly so they can match up whenever Season 4 happens, and when those figures come out, the US releases could be pretty close to, coming out the same time. So since I'm not going to be able to get an American version of Dexter, it's pretty cool that I was able to get this version. I got all 3 of these guys from AliExpress. No sponsorship, by the way. I don't even have an affiliate link, so yeah, you just gotta find these guys on AliExpress, look for a trusted seller. I got each of them for around 25. Overall, it was about 100 with shipping, so yeah, a chunk of change to get these guys for sure. But if you're only wanting to get Dexter and Wild Guardy, both of them have Zerg Crisis figures. Something interesting is that Blue Cop is actually a retool of Blue Cop S from Season 2, while all the other figures are retools of characters from Season 1. Quite honestly, I was expecting another Season 1 Blue Cop, so getting Blue Cop S is really cool. I actually have the normal Blue Cop S coming in the mail. Unfortunately, I don't have him today for comparison, but they are very similar. I've seen a video. Okay, with all that out of the way, we're going to review each figure one by one. We're going to show off the metal cards and all that good stuff. If you enjoyed this video or this type of content, please leave a like and subscribe, and let me know if you want to see the other 3 figures. Those other 3 figures are Bluster Gale, Wild Guardy, and Buffalo Crush, by the way. And let's just get into the reviews. Okay, we're going to start off with Shadow X here. Shadow X is without a doubt one of my least favorite figures from Season 1. He's fine, like the design and stuff is cool. It's just the transformation is so simple that it's almost boring to me. By the way, I'm not gonna pretend like this is gonna be an in-depth video. I like to call my reviews like vibe reviews, you know. I'm not gonna go through every single step of transformation and stuff like that. There is a difference with the Chinese version of Shadow X. He actually has greenish eyes as opposed to the golden eyes of the Korean and American versions. I don't know about any other differences. I can't tell right away, but they're nominal. Now let's take a look at his metal card, which is a spider metal card. Now the thing with all of these is that they're, I'm going to call them double-decker metal cards. As you can see, I'm going to take this off and you actually split them apart, and all of them seem to work this way. Now all of these metal cards have a couple functions. The first function is to turn into armor for your Metal Cardbot. Oh, I just realized I did not open up his backpack, which is required for transformation. Also, in his armored mode, they say to put his rotors like this, rather than folded up like usual, so this is how they want you to do it. Okay, now Shadow X is ready for transformation. Now there are quite a few steps to actually transform these things. It's a little overwhelming, I'm not gonna lie. Thankfully, all 3 figures came with their instructions, so I will be able to transform these properly, and I am definitely gonna have to refer to them because I've already forgotten how to transform all of them. Okay, so you kind of take this piece and go like this, and then you fold these down. You're going to remove the spider head from the body, and then you're gonna flip this little connector piece out, and you're gonna fold these tiny feet up and fold all the legs like this. Okay, now you're going to take this piece and combine them by clicking in the little pegs. And then this peg is going to plug into this hole. And this is the retool I was talking about. All of them have like little extra holes all around their body now to facilitate these combinations, so it can combine nice and securely. Also, sorry if my voice sounds weird. This is right after BotCon. The grind never stops. And there we go. He now has a rocket pack, and you can actually flip that up a bit more if you want, just because of the way his transformation works. Technically, it's supposed to be like this, but you can do that. Up to you. He is a bit back heavy, but he is able to stand just fine. Okay, and the next part is super simple. You take the spider head, you flip this peg down, and then these arms fold backwards. And then you just simply plug it into his chest. Okay. And there you have the armored up Shadow X. He looks pretty cool. I love the giant like blasters on his back he has now. Obviously not the most ninja-esque mode, but works for me. I don't know why they want these rotors like this. They wouldn't really like get in the way, but that's just how they want them. Maybe these look like a bit more spider-esque or something. These spider arms they're not loose, but they don't really plug in anywhere as far as I can tell. So they do move, which is fine. It's not a big deal, but kind of interesting. He does look pretty cool though. I think he looks really neat. I love the armor. I love the like idea of all this. It's so much more integrated than the energy beasts, and it really like dynamically changes these figures. I will say like the transformation steps and the like transformation schemes, it doesn't really remind me of Metal Cardbot. They feel like notably different. I don't know who designed these metal cards. I don't know if it was Godbrave Studios or if it was Jump Code themselves that designed them. Again, if you happen to know, please let me know in the comments. But yeah, I think this guy is really cool looking with his armor on. I think they're all really cool looking, to be honest. Okay, but this is not the only thing you can do with the Zerg Crisis armor metal card bugs. I don't know what they call them. Are they called Zerg Beasts or something? I don't know. But, of course, they also... Wow, this is really locked in, huh? There we go. Of course, they also can transform into, you guessed it, bugs. Or in the case of this one here, an arachnid. So the transformation for these, I'm not going to use instructions because, you know, you kind of just form them into bug shape. They kind of work that way. You got your little bug legs, and they can actually splay out, which is really cool. You know, that's the classic Metal Cardbot thing where it always does a little bit more than you think it's gonna do. So, got little bug legs, and then we have the bug mandibles, which are kind of like this. And then it also has other smaller mandibles that flip out. You plug that into the body, like so, and then you're gonna take these guys, kind of fold them back up. There are these little purple pieces that you fold out, and then you kind of just fold it all together, sandwich it down, and then you're going to connect that, give them a little spider butt, and then there you go. You got a little spider guy. He has a little blaster here, I assume to shoot webs or something, I don't know. But yeah, very, very cool. These arms are like movable. I guess you could have them down here if you want, but the instructions say something like this. The head can even tilt down, which is cool. Of course, like I said, the legs move around. And here is the little bat energy beast that goes with Shadow X. So there you go, happy little family. Very, very cute and very, very cool. Now let's move on to Dexter. Okay, here we have Dexter. And this is my first time actually playing with the Dexter toy, and he is really, really cool. He's one of those that I wasn't super keen on when I watched the show. Like, he has a cool, like, character where he really loves the wildlife, but kind of like Shadow X, he falls into the background after his main episodes. Doesn't get a lot of the spotlight, but just having this vehicle mode, I think this is a really cool vehicle. I'm not usually into like construction vehicle transformers, but I don't know, something about him I really, really like. I like that he has just one eye on the side here. I think that's really cute and cool. Obviously not accurate to the actual show like most of the season 1 guys, but I like that he has wheels instead of treads. I think that's interesting, and like little details like the back here look really, really good. Like, it really does remind me of a real construction vehicle. Of course, the excavator arm works, nice ratchets and stuff like that, but of course we're gonna need to transform this guy for the you know, metal card Zerg whatevers. So I'm still getting used to the transformation, so please forgive me. His arm transformation is a bit odd, quite frankly. Fold his legs down, flip his feet out. I will say these ratcheted clear plastic, like red clear plastic things, terrify me. I feel like that's a really, really bad idea, but you know, if they hold up, they hold up. His arms flip out like so. I will say when I opened the box, his head was missing and I was terrified I got him without his head, but his head just pops out really easily. It wasn't in the bag, thankfully, so kind of annoying, but thankfully I have the whole thing. Like a lot of Metal Cardbots from Season 1, he does not have pupils. He does have individual eyes. So you flip out these little shoulder guards. Flip up his backhoe. And then his arms are weird. Gotta do something like this. Yeah, because you want that elbow bend. His arms are kind of stubby, honestly. Kind of a stubby, weird looking guy. That, like that, and then there we go. We have Dexter in robot mode. Really cool. Really like that he has like the pouches. He reminds me a lot of Bluster Gale in that sort of way. He does have like this red button thing. I don't understand what it does, but he does have it. And he does have a little bit of ankle tilt, which is interesting. Not many of them, if any other single one from Season 1 has ankle tilt, so it's kind of unique for Dexter here. Here is the metal card. He has a bee Metal Card Zerg Beast. So just like the spider one, it is a double-decker metal card, so you split it apart. Now this one I do kind of remember a bit better. You go like this, and these are going to attach to his arms via C-clips, and just attach it to his arm. Kind of folds up sometimes, so you gotta... Okay. There we go. Gives them little arm blasters and blades. Then you're gonna take the B thing. By the way, I am transforming them like this, like I'm doing the armor part first because that's how the instructions go, and I just know it better that way. You can obviously transform them any way you want. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so the B thing is kind of interesting. So you're gonna flip the wing pieces. That's what these blue parts are, or wing pieces. You're gonna flip them around like this, and they do have little pegs that plug into the bottom there. Move them out of the way. And now the B head pieces are really interesting because just the way they've engineered them is really, really interesting. And you have to move them like this. So at first it's kind of hard to tell that they even, how it even works, because it almost looks like you have to go like this, which looks like an upside down B head. But very cleverly, it actually goes like this. So it's almost like you're looking at like the front of a bee face. It's very, very clever. Hard to describe. I don't even know if you guys can understand what I'm talking about here, but it is very, very interesting. This one's pretty simple compared to the spider, at least for me. He has two C-clips right here. I believe these are retooled on. And then you're gonna just pop them on. And there you have Dexter all like armored up with his bee armor. So pretty cool. I love that it has like the bee head right here. It's really cool. And the eyes do kind of remind me of like Kamen Rider or something. He's got these big wings that jut out. And of course he does have these arm weapons with the bee stripes. I mean, maybe it's like a yellow jacket or a wasp or something, but I assume it's meant to be a bee. But yeah, really cool. Really unique look to Dexter here. I think he would really vibe with all these animal metal cards for sure. But we, of course, have to transform the armor into the bee. So to start, you're obviously going to take these apart. And you're going to go ahead and flip out these little C-clips. You're going to take these knives and sort of put them to the side there. Same over here. Flip the C-clip out. Flip this C-clip down, and you are going to combine these together. It is a little bit tough, but you can do it. Just push a little. It's not going to break or anything, or at least it shouldn't. And we're going to take the bee chest here, and this is kind of going to be obvious what you do. Split the head and flip it around, and it's really cool. I hope you guys understand like what I'm trying to say with the heads. Like the way they flip is pretty smart, pretty clever. We're going to flip the wings up. And then, of course, he has 6 little legs with 6 little toes that you gotta flip out. And then you are just going to sandwich the two halves together. Flip out the little antenna. And then the C-clips are gonna connect here, like so. Boom. And then there you have the bee or wasp Metal Cardbot Zerg Beast. Obviously, the legs are all very articulated on ball joints. The head can't really move. The wings can flap. He does have like a blaster stinger sort of thing. And yeah, just a really cool little bee robot. Here's Dexter with his 2 pets. I love the crocodile. I feel like the crocodile would also go great with Glober, who like reminds me of Steve Irwin a little bit. But yeah, very cool that he has a crocodile and a bee. Yeah, it's just so cool. I love these guys. Okay, and finally we have Blue Cop S with his Mantis Zerg Beast. So, like I said, I haven't talked about Blue Cop S on the channel yet. I do have him coming in the mail. I honestly thought this was going to be the first Blue Cop with the retools. I wasn't expecting it to be Blue Cop S, but it's really cool. Really nice surprise. So to transform him, it's actually very similar to Blue Cop W if you've seen that transformation. I have reviewed that figure on the channel if you want to go check that video out. But there are a few differences for sure. Very nice to have a sort of normal looking Blue Cop with painted eyes. And then he also has kind of like light piping going on, which is cool. One thing I will say, I'm surprised at his lack of arm articulation. Like a cut right here would have been amazing. The fact that there isn't one and that he can't sort of rotate his arm out at all really sucks. I guess you can do this with his shoulders, which is kind of having his arms go out, but just not being able to turn them is like a really big miss in my opinion. But he is really cool looking. He's kind of naked looking without like his armor and stuff from the other S toy. I have seen a review and you can fit the S armor and gauntlet onto this version of the toy as well, which is good. But this guy does need to transform a little to get his armor on. So all you do is flip this up, and then these pieces up just to get them out of the way. So we are going to transform this piece. This piece is gonna be sort of like his gauntlet. Then you're gonna flip out these two little pegs, and we will attach that in 1 second. We're gonna take the armor, do this, flip these little wing pieces out. We're gonna fold it all the way around on a double hinge here. Sort of sandwich it together, plugging in the wing pieces, and we're gonna flip out a peg, a C-clip that will peg into his chest. Oh, and we're also gonna flip out a couple pegs as well. So really simple. So you're just gonna connect it to his chest like so. Give him a little bit of a chest piece, and then you are going to connect to his arm the weapon. So there you go. He's kind of got like a pincer gauntlet thing going on, as well as the chest piece. Looks really cool. Really definitely makes him a lot less naked. It is kind of hard to like see his face past this, and once we add another piece it's gonna be even harder to see. I dig it. I like that they did try and do like a gauntlet style weapon for him, you know, to match all his other forms. I think that's pretty clever and cute. I like that they're like pincers, and you know, you can articulate them a bit, that or like that, however you want. But this is not the only armor combination for Blue Cop. So what we're gonna do is take this off, and we're gonna detach these pieces like so. They are going to fold up like this. There's also a little claw piece. I think this probably was meant to be out for the other mode as well. My bad. And you're gonna want to do something like this. So you're going to want to take the part with the white, and you're going to want to attach it to each arm, like so. That gives him some gauntlet armor. And then we're going to take the bug head, place it here. There's this little hinge here that connects to this piece here, and it's going to plug into the chest piece, forming the mantis head, giving it that little bit more of a buggy look. As you can see, his face is completely hidden by this bug armor. I don't know if that's like on purpose or what, but you just absolutely cannot see his face from the front. You can kind of see it hiding behind there, but yeah, you can't quite see it from the front. Still, he's pretty cool looking. I think this is a really cool mode for him. I don't know how I'm gonna display him. I feel like I'm probably gonna display him like this, even though you can't see his face. I think like that gold in the middle and the mantis head is just a bit more striking. But we do have to transform it into bug mode. Okay, so of course to transform him into bug mode, we're gonna take everything apart. Put Blue Cop back there. We're going to detach the mantis head from the C-clip. We are going to reattach the arms. So to transform them, you're going to flip the head around like that. You're going to attach both of the arms. The thing here is that you're going to want the gold part on his back, just because that's a bit more visible in a mantis mode. Looks a bit cooler. So there you go. You kind of have the upper body here. And now we're going to flip this back, raise the wings here. The two butt pieces are gonna combine. And then the legs are right here. And you're just gonna fold them out, basically. Fold them out. They kind of are on like a double hinge. You kind of want them orientated like that. Okay, and then you're going to connect the two halves, of course. And boom, you have a praying mantis Zerg bug here. Very cool. I don't know why they chose praying mantis for Blue Cop. I don't know what bug would really even match Blue Cop, to be honest. But this is a pretty cool choice. I think the, like, knife arms look really cool. If I haven't mentioned it already, he has like these little spinning saw blades as well. So dude is definitely ready to attack. He kind of reminds me of like Man Terror from Beast Wars. So very cool. His legs are articulated, of course. So you can do a little bit of buggy movement if you want. His butt is sort of just hanging here. You can have it however. And of course he does have these mantis wings in the back. So very, very cool looking robot mantis here. And here's Blue Cop with his Zerg Crisis Beast and his Energy Beast. With the way the wolf kind of predicted Metal Cardbot Wild's Blue Cop W, the way he's like sort of partially werewolf, maybe Season 4 Blue Cop will be partially mantis. Who knows? That'd be kind of crazy though. But I think these all look amazing. I think this is a really cool line. Again, let me know if you want me to review the other 3 Metal Cardbots in the series. I think I might anyway, but let me know if you're down for that, because I think these are really cool, and I really enjoy them. Alright, y'all, I'm going to see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. I have a YouTube membership and a Patreon. For $1 a month, you get access to my Discord server. We talk about toys all the time in there, including stuff like this. And I will see you in the next one. Ciao. My voice is really going out.